get my 6. Good morning. Guys and girls, I have discovered, I still have a bit of my head cold. You know when your head's all clogged up, you squeeze your nose and you blow, and then your ears pop. Now I can hear better, so I'm not going to scream at you. Oh, it's relatively early right now. It's about 8 a.m. on a beautiful Saturday morning here on the homestead. And I'm just taking a walk because this is what I do. I missed it yesterday evening. I usually do it every morning, usually do it every night, and do a million other things in between. But I couldn't do it yesterday evening. I didn't make a video yesterday. Wanted to do a night hunt. I got home late, but I couldn't. I was worn out because I discovered a new superpower that only women seem to have. Men do not have this superpower. And I'm going to describe this superpower to you in detail as we just stroll around the homestead here this morning. I'm just checking things out, checking out my firewood. I need to haul some firewood in today. Oh, it's gorgeous. We've had a cold spell for about a week. It was down below freezing for the first time this year, but now it's like 50 or low 50s already, even though it's early. And so as you can tell, I don't even need a jacket. We're going to see what we may or may not see or hear or may not hear up here. And I'm testing out this new customized. You guys have been seeing these in the videos lately, but I haven't really explained what these are. You're going to find out really, really soon. We're going to test this one. I just cut this one with the bandsaw this morning. Wrote 2,000 words. Just had 2,000 words written just as the sun was coming up. Saw the sun up, so I figured I'd come out and walk around a bit. Got a lot to do today. So here's the deal. Yesterday, my wife, my beautiful bride dearly, aka Giggly Girl, wore me out. We hadn't left for a while here on the homestead. Hadn't left the homestead for a while because our son's been sick. I got a cold. And so Dearly had a case of cabin fever. What we got back here? Movement. Check it out. Let me see if I can zoom. Oh, that's just deer. So that was deer, guys. That didn't appear to be any sort of Bigfoot Sasquatch. All right. False alarm. Now, let me remind you of this. A lot of cryptozoologists claim that, well, if there's deer in the area, there's no Bigfoot Sasquatch in the area, you don't have to worry about anything. I've found that's not true. Potentially, Bigfoot Sasquatch is just as much a part of nature as the deer and the squirrels and the birds and everything else. Now, if you have a mountain lion in the area, you probably won't see the deer. You know, if you have a human with nefarious intentions in the area, you probably won't see the deer. But Bigfoot Sasquatch, I don't think the deer are scared of him. Or her. Or it or they. So anyway, Giggly Girl had cabin fever. I kind of had cabin fever. Our son had cabin fever. Oh wait, there's those deer. They're not scared of me. They know I have no nefarious intentions. There's its white tail. You see that? Well, there's right there, white tail. It's just... See it? It's waving at us. They're just over there feeding. There's a bunch of acorns over there. There's another one up there. So far, no Bigfoot Sasquatch, just a herd of free-range deer. You know, while I was riding upstairs this morning in my office, I glanced out the window and I saw a nice 6-point buck just right below the window, eating my freaking trees. But I'm winning this war of attrition with all these deer because I planted thousands of trees and they're not getting them all. They're getting some of them, but they're not getting them all. And a couple cyclists stopped to look at him and he trotted off into the woods. The cyclist went on down the hill and then he came right back out. So we had cabin fever. So we're all feeling better yesterday, me and our son. Okay, I believe I'm hearing something up here that may or may not be deer. We'll go over and give a good knock, see if we get a reply here in a minute. Now here's the superpower that only women have that men don't. I do not understand this, okay, because I'm very active. We're a very active family. We often go hiking. We'll go on family hikes. We'll put our bikes in the truck and go somewhere and go on family bike rides. We go kayaking. We're always doing stuff like this. And every time we do it, I have to stop. You know, I'm almost 50. I'm going to be 47 in a matter of days. My wife's only 33 and our son's 9. All right, watch back here above the tent. This has been a very peculiar area here lately. Keep hearing footsteps up here. We had this happen. There's our watcher. Somebody asked, what's a watcher? Is it potentially a Bigfoot Sasquatch disguising itself as another animal to sound the alarm? Yes, that's what a watcher is. But we keep hearing footsteps back here, but not seeing anything. Let's keep watching. Let's stand here for a minute. Okay, so I've got quite a few years on my family, my wife and my kid. When we go hiking, when we go biking, when we go kayaking, I always have to wait up for him, especially dearly. She's 33, you know? It's funny, she's always like, oh my gosh, I'm almost 40. I'm like, shut up. Because by the time you're 40, I'm going to be like old. Don't rush it. But anyway, yesterday, and we're not materialistic, we're not consumeristic, but like everybody, I guess occasionally there are things we need, like milk and whatnot. I love that word, whatnot. Did you know that's one word? It's W-A-T-N-O-T, one word. It's a beautiful word because it can mean anything. Okay, but when we go out and when we go to stores, if we go shopping, I cannot keep up with her. She runs me ragged. There are times I want to go out and sit in the truck and take a nap because she's worn me out so much. And it's like the longer we go, the more excited she gets and the more energy she has. And I'm like, wait up, honey, wait up. And I don't get it because like even walking up this hill, and you can't really tell by the phone, but it's pretty steep. It's great for training. I love running up this hill. Every time I'm running here and I hit this hill, I just throw in a surge to get the extra, results of working hard out of it. I love surging up this hill. But when we walk up here, Tilly has to stop to catch her breath. But man, we went to 5 or 6 stores yesterday, and I was the one stopping to catch my breath. So I'm convinced this is some sort of superpower that, because some of her friends we've taken fishing before or hiking, and I have to stop and wait up for them. And I'm like, come on. But they'll go out with her and they'll do these things, go to these stores or whatnot all day long, and they don't even get tired. But they're females, they're women. So I'm convinced women have some sort of superpower that men don't. It's like a switch. It's like if you go on a 6-mile hike in the forest on a trail, you might have to stop and wait up for them. But if you go on a 6-mile walk through department stores and grocery stores and thrift shops and malls, it's like they don't run out of energy. I mean, and I don't want to sound like a misogynist here, and I don't want to sound like I'm stereotyping. Maybe it's not all women, but it's certainly the woman I'm married to. It's like I can't keep up with her, and her legs are only half as long as mine. And it's like I find that I'm running and taking 2 strides to try to keep up with one of her steps in these places. I'm hearing these steps, these footsteps up here again. Let's get a little bit closer and see if we can get them. See if we can get something on camera. So how odd is that? In all of my cryptozoological studies and research, I take the day off yesterday and don't do any of this. Don't make a video. I didn't even come up here at night because I fell asleep on the couch at almost dark and slept for an hour. I was drinking coffee at like 6 o'clock in the evening, which is something I never do, but I still slept like a log last night. Got a great night's sleep and was able to get up early today. Get a lot of stuff done before the sun even came up. So anyway, so sometimes I guess you have to take a break and you have to step away from the fire to actually see what's cooking. And by me taking a break and not working yesterday, or not thinking I was working, I discovered something entirely new in my research. And that is this superpower that at least my wife has that I don't. And that's the ability to just, I don't know if it's the terrain, maybe when she walks on the natural surface, her energy, it's absorbed by the earth. It doesn't have that bounce back as it does on like the tiled flooring of department stores and malls and whatnot. I'm going to test this knocking stick. I've been making a bunch of these. And it's for a reason. You're going to find out why real soon. Isn't it beautiful? It's maple. They're all being made out of hardwood. Okay, no pine here. Who wants to get sap on their hands? Nobody. All right, ready? Do you hear that? Just thought I heard like a low growl. I heard a tree knock in return. We got a reply. Do you hear that? Just rewind and listen. It was over this hill over here, but it seemed to be a reply. So anyway, I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm hoping to make some more of these today. Might split some firewood. I've got to run. I'm feeling well enough now to get back into my training. We're only days away from witnessing history as I win the 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympic 1500 meters final here this fall in Virginia in my backyard. That's going to be my superpower. But I'm telling you, my wife has a superpower I don't. Like if she were to come up here with me this morning, she'd be tired by now, and I'm not. But it might be a long time before I go spend an entire day in town with her again, going around to all those stores and shops, because she wore me out, and she never for a minute got tired. It's crazy. While I was in line to pay at one place, she was like, I'm going to be at the place next door. And so I'm like, it's like halftime for me. I'm on the bench and she's already started the second half. It's unbelievable. What a superpower. What a superpower. All right. So I got to go get some stuff done. See you guys for more next time.